Hello, welcome to Win Some Loosemore. My name is Dieter Loosemore and you join me for a design discussion. Now, I've mentioned previously that there are three things when I first get a product, a board game, that kind of clue me into the level of production that I'm going to be getting. And we've mentioned inserts, we've mentioned box quality, and so it's time for the third one. And I'm actually going to split this one into two because I think they all count as one category. But I am going to split them up slightly. Now, the first one that we're going to talk about now is closer to the box quality one that we were talking about before, and this is the rulebook. And I'll talk another time about the contents of the rulebook. That's not what I mean here. I mean when I pick it up. And again, as I mentioned last time, I'm a slightly more tactile person than I would have thought before. And the feel, the thickness of the paper, as well as the very obvious initial graphic design, tell me a lot about the game. They tell me a lot about the level of production that I'm getting at. They tell me about the care that's gone into it. So after I've had that tactile experience of opening a box and how does the box feel, now, typically, the rulebook will come on top of everything else, so it's the first thing you see when you open the box. Not always, but a good amount of time. And so there is your next point of engagement. There's that moment that the consumer, in this case me, gets to know how much love you've put into this product and how much care and attention should I put into this product. Is the first page of that rulebook engaging? Does it have art? Does it have good graphic design? As I said before, when I pick it up, what does it feel like? Is it thick paper? Is it thin? Am I worried I'm going to rip it? Is it already got those kind of white creasy marks down the spine of it if it's, folded? How big is it? That's a factor. Is it 20 pages long and I now am dreading how much I have to go into this, or is it one double-sided A5 sheet of card? Like, all these things go into it. So the Century games, let's give a couple of examples. I didn't do that before. All the rules for your game come on, it's not quite A5, but one double-sided piece of card, that's it. This has good and bad things. Tapestry, similarly, is just one double-sided big booklet that's folded in half, so it's got 4 pages. This is a good and bad thing. It means I'm not going to have to read a lot. It means I can get into playing games much quicker. That's great. Also means I might have more questions because clarifications might not be there. But when I open that first experience of picking up this super light rulebook, oh good, I'm going to get to play this really quickly. It's going to be easy to teach. Great. Even if it's a medium game, even if it's a slightly heavier game. A thinner rulebook tells me either it's a terrible rulebook and they've missed loads of stuff, but I won't know that until I read it. We'll talk about contents another time. But I'm going to get into this quickly, is the expectation it sets up for me, which is good. And then Tactility, Tapestry again is another good example, and all Stonemaier games in the last couple of years have this bizarre paper that's just, it's both thick and almost frosted. It has this really odd texture that not everybody seems to like, but I really like, and it just makes it stand out. It makes it go, this is a quality product. They've even thought about the paper they're providing me. Whereas people like, I'm going to say Stronghold, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, this is just more common, they're the first people I think of, have just the thinner, glossy, magazine-ish type paper, and you go, okay, here's the rules. I'm not expecting anything good or bad. It's not paper, so I'm not expecting bad things, but it creates zero expectation of what the rest of it's going to be like. What do you think? Rulebooks, do they matter? Again, we'll talk about contents another time because that really matters, but just the presentation of it, the physical thing, does it matter? Does it create anything in your mind when you see it, when you pick it up, when you flick through it, how big it is, how small it is, all this stuff? Should it be the size exactly of the box? Should it be smaller? What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Yeah, that's probably it. Thank you very much for watching. Do consider subscribing if you don't already, and hit the bell icon so you stay updated when I put out new stuff, and all the usual social media stuff. Find me, follow, like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Dieter for Win Some, Lose More. Bye.